Hello, fellow Wastelanders. This is Old Man Rick again, back in Starlight City. And I think I've finally figured out the purpose of this settlement in a kind of role play, imaginative way. Last video, I showed off Harriet Mudd's trader stand and her house, and McCoy Medical and his house. So I've decided that the reason that this entire settlement exists is it's just kind of a waypoint. It's a way station. It's a safe haven for everybody. To such a degree, mostly because of McCoy Medical. This guy has such a well-equipped clinic, and he has the skills to such a degree that even raiders kind of have a hands-off attitude towards this settlement because they may need medical care themselves. So that's going to allow this whole thing to be this building here back in the distance. That's going to become like kind of a hotel, a very small hotel. And that also makes the rest of this make a little more sense, maybe, with my imagination and trying to just bullshit my way into making this make sense. But this is such a safe place that we can have a clothing shop, Garrick's Finery. So I'm saying all this, but really it's just a way to justify that Anne Hargrave can be a level 4 trader, and she does like armor and stuff. So there we go. And ignore that. So over here we're going to have the hotel, and on this side, at this waypoint where everybody feels safe, this building is a gigantic kind of restroom facility, which, to be honest, is an overreaction because I keep forgetting to put even one outhouse in my settlements. But this place has like a crapatorium, sinks for shaving, and little sitting areas and showers. So anyway, to get back to, I guess just to jump into this, we'll start over here at Garrick's Finery, run by Anne Hargrave. So we come in here, and I've finally put in some tables, filled it with clothing and sunglasses and fun stuff like that, and put clothing on the mannequins, have a couple seating areas and some lighting. And this homemade chandelier thing, which I like, I don't know, I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, I rated a solid 4. I saw this, something exactly like this while watching the TV show The 100. I was binge watching on Netflix, and I just saw something like this with the expanded metal and the tons of candles on top of it, and it was hung from the ceiling like a chandelier. So I just used a floor piece and some I don't know, what are these? Roof conduit, and put that all together. I'd like it 100%, but if you look at this when it's actually lined up dead on, every one of these wires should be equal in length, but that's not the case. I didn't center it correctly, so it's kind of off to the side like a yeah, see that? It's off to the side. It's kind of like the wind is constantly blowing it over to one side inside a room, which, yeah, okay. Might not have noticed if I hadn't pointed that out, but if you want to try to do something like that, then you should spend more time trying to center it and lining it up than I did. And also, before you start, let it be known that even though I have a metric crap ton of candles on top of this, the amount of light it puts off is almost nothing. It illuminates the ceiling on top, that wall behind, and now it also actually blocks the view of my mounted what the hell ever that is. But yeah, at night this room is just completely dark, even with this lamp, and I think I have like a spotlight up here shining on the back wall for that painting. Yeah, there's a spotlight right there, right up there. So this is darker than crap at night, but you know what? The clothing store probably isn't actually open at night, so okay, so then that means I did it on purpose, and it all makes sense. Going back into the back part of the store, well, we have some storage and some bits and pieces. None of them actually, now that I'm looking at it, make sense for a clothing store, but that's okay. Shut up. And then the top floor, this is Anne Hargrave's house. As you can see, we have just kind of a living, dining, kitchen area. Pretty small, but it's decorated out and everything. And over to the back third, a little bit of junk decoration here. And this is Anne's bedroom. There's not a lot of electric lighting in this settlement, so this all looks pretty nice and warm in the evenings. I built out this large balcony, and I wasn't sure why it existed until I really thought about it. But Anne Hargrave, she's a gardener. She likes all this stuff, and she's also a really nice person. So 10 o'clock, everybody goes over to the diner back over here and has a meal. And then afterwards, the people who actually live and work in this settlement can come over here and have drinks and chat and have a good time, listen to the radio. It's really nice of her to offer her house in that way. Coming back downstairs. Okay. Here's my big restroom facility. And Shatner's Shower and Shave. Staying with the theme. We walk in. We have kind of a relaxation or waiting area. And then, hey, true that. That sign's truthful. Come back here and we have some sinks and lockers. And have a couple crapatoriums. And then going back towards the front and to the side, the other half, we've got a bench and some more lockers, some sports equipment. And finally, these are the showers. And I did all this just before I got UCO, where they have actual real shower stalls. But I didn't have that, so I just made this from scratch using base material stuff for the most part. I used conduit. I glitched conduit and ceiling conduits in to make like shower heads and piping. And of course, no doors. So that's not a lot of privacy. Well, not any privacy. But at the same time, I guess if you live in a world where there are scorpions the size of Miatas, then maybe being bashful isn't exactly what's gonna be at the top of your priorities. So next build, I expanded out to my own house here. Made that shed bigger, and I did some what I think is some cool stuff with my spindly looking missile turret stands. So that's going to be the next video, but for tonight I'm going to say goodnight and have fun and Thanks to everybody that taught me to use my imagination and just go crazy with this. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks a million. Talk to you later. Bye.